What if I told you that everything you think you know about one of the most significant civilizations on Earth is merely a shadow projected onto a screen? What if the headlines of the last 40 years have effectively blinded us to a story that has been unfolding for over 5,000 years? How does a nation maintain its soul when the world around it is constantly shifting? And what can a culture shaped by extreme scarcity teach us about our own fragile future? Today, we step beyond the noise of geopolitical friction to explore the architectural, geological, and psychological landscape of Iran, a place that refuses to be defined by its struggles alone. If you want to understand the deep roots of human resilience and the hidden geometry of power, you are in the right place. Before we dive into the heart of this enduring civilization, make sure to subscribe to the channel and join our community of thinkers as we peel back the layers of the world's most misunderstood stories. The modern narrative of Iran is often flattened into a series of jagged headlines, focusing on conflict, nuclear tension, and global threat. Yet, beneath this thin veneer of current events lies a civilization that is far older and significantly more enduring than the political structures that currently govern it. This is not just a country in the Westphalian sense, but a continuous cultural project that has mastered the art of survival under pressure. Throughout history, this plateau has been a crossroads of conquest, yet it has a unique way of absorbing its conquerors rather than being erased by them. Whether it was the Greeks, the Arabs, or the Mongols, the essence of this land remained, transforming the invaders into patrons of its own arts and sciences. This resilience is not accidental. It is a calculated response to a landscape defined by scarcity and harsh climatic boundaries. In the southern reaches of this territory, at the narrow throat of the Strait of Hormuz, an island rises from the turquoise waters like a geological hallucination. Hormuz is a place where millions of years of Earth history are pushed to the surface, creating a landscape saturated with impossible colors. The beaches here are stained a deep, iron-rich red, looking more like the surface of Mars than a terrestrial coastline. This is a result of complex geological processes involving salt diapias, where ancient salt deposits rise through the Earth's crust, bringing minerals and ochre to the light of day. For the people living here, the Earth is not just something to stand upon, it is a resource for art and life, where the very soil is used in local cuisine and traditional pigments. However, the beauty of Hormuz is perpetually under tension, situated in one of the most strategically sensitive maritime passages on the planet. The Strait of Hormuz facilitates the passage of nearly 20% of the world's total oil consumption, making it a focal point of global economic anxiety. This creates a strange paradox where geological memory meets modern strategic pressure, a fragile balance between ancient mineral stability and the volatility of global energy markets. The island serves as a reminder that even the most stunning natural environments are often caught in the crosshairs of human ambition. To understand Hormuz is to understand that geography is destiny, and that beauty often exists in the most precarious of locations. Moving inland to the central plateau, we find Isfahan, a city that functions as an architectural expression of precision, faith, and imperial power. During the 17th century, under the reign of Shah Abbas I, Isfahan was reimagined as a reflection of paradise on earth, a concept known as Nesfi Jahan, or half the world. The Nakshi Jahan Square stands as one of the largest public spaces in existence, a massive rectangle of order and symmetry. Here, the cobalt-tiled mosques are not just places of worship, they are masterpieces of acoustic and structural engineering. In the Royal Mosque, a single footfall under the central dome can produce 7 distinct echoes, a feat of mathematics designed to amplify the human voice into something divine. The architecture of Isfahan reveals a civilization where the boundaries between mathematics and spirituality are intentionally blurred. The intricate geometric patterns on the domes are not merely decorative, they represent the infinite nature of the universe as understood through the lens of sacred geometry. Yet the genius of Isfahan is also found in its capacity for coexistence, as seen in the Jolfa Quarter, where Armenian churches have stood beside Islamic domes for centuries. This was a deliberate design of tolerance, shaped by the practical necessity of empire and the recognition that diverse skills were required to sustain a global trading hub. Isfahan teaches us that true power is found in the ability to organize complexity into a harmonious and lasting whole. Further south, in a valley blessed by a rare climatic grace, lies Shiraz, a city that has become a sanctuary for fragrance, poetry, and light. Shiraz is perhaps best known for the Nasir al-Mulk Mosque, also known as the Pink Mosque, where the morning sun is filtered through stained glass to create a kaleidoscope of motion across the floor. This architectural choice transforms a static space into a living, breathing experience of light and shadow, reminding the observer of the transience of beauty. But Shiraz is also the heart of Persian literary identity, home to the tombs of Hafez and Sa'di, poets whose words still guide the daily lives of the population. In Iran, poetry is not an academic pursuit. It is a living language used to navigate the complexities of modern existence. Even in this sanctuary of light, the pressures of the modern world are beginning to manifest in the form of growing tourism and environmental strain. The influx of visitors seeking the perfect photograph often disrupts the very atmosphere of contemplation that these sites were designed to foster. There is a delicate struggle between the desire to share this cultural wealth and the need to protect its fragile integrity from the commodification of the travel industry. Shiraz stands as a testament to the fact that beauty, while resilient, requires a conscious effort to maintain its soul in an era of rapid global consumption. It is a place where the weight of the past is felt in every garden breeze, providing a sense of continuity in a world that often feels fractured. In the harsh, sun-drenched openness of the Fars province, the ruins of Persepolis stand in a silence that is both heavy and profound. Founded by Darius the Great in 518 before the Common Era, Persepolis was the ceremonial capital of the Achaemenid Empire, the first true superpower in human history. Unlike the monuments of other ancient empires, the bas-reliefs here do not depict scenes of brutal conquest or the humiliation of defeated enemies. Instead, they show a peaceful procession of 23 different nations, each bringing gifts and being represented with dignity and their own distinct cultural attire. This was an empire built on a vision of administrative inclusion and religious tolerance, a radical departure from the scorched earth tactics of its predecessors. This vision of power, rooted in respect rather than pure domination, now faces a different kind of threat that has nothing to do with war. The ruins of Persepolis are being slowly eroded by the passage of time, the effects of modern pollution, and the unintended consequences of agricultural expansion in the surrounding plains. The very stones that survived the fires of Alexander the Great are now vulnerable to the silent, chemical degradation of the 21st century. This site serves as a somber reminder that the legacy of a civilization is not just in what it builds, but in how it treats its history. Persepolis is a monument to an ideal of global governance that remains, in many ways, more advanced than the systems we have today. At the edge of the Kavia and Lut deserts, the city of Yazd offers a masterclass in the engineering of human survival. Yazd is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities on the planet, and it has flourished in an environment that should, by all logic, be uninhabitable. The people of Yazd did not survive by fighting nature, but by developing a deep, technical understanding of its forces. They pioneered the use of bajias, or wind towers, which capture the slightest breeze and funnel it down into the homes, cooling the interior through natural convection without the need for a single watt of electricity. This is passive cooling at its most sophisticated, a technology that modern sustainable architecture is only now beginning to fully appreciate. Beneath the city, an intricate network of qanats, or underground aqueducts, carries water from distant mountains across dozens of miles of desert. These tunnels are engineered with a precise slope to ensure a steady flow while minimizing evaporation, a feat of hydrological surveying that has functioned for over 2,000 years. Within this harsh landscape, ancient Zoroastrian fire temples and Islamic traditions have existed side by side, sustained by a shared commitment to the endurance of the community. Yazd proves that when the environment is unforgiving, cooperation and technical ingenuity become the only viable paths forward. It is a city that breathes with the desert, demonstrating that high-tech solutions are not always superior to ancestral wisdom. The capital city, Tehran, presents a starkly different face of the nation, rising beneath the towering Alborz mountains and sitting atop hidden fault lines. Tehran is a sprawling metropolis of over 8 million people, a city of extreme contrasts where wealth and struggle, beauty and vulnerability collide daily. It is a place where the mirrored halls of the Golden Palace reflect an infinite, fractured light, symbolizing the complexity of the Persian identity. The city is a living laboratory of modern resilience, its streets shaped by decades of international sanctions and economic uncertainty. Yet, despite these pressures, Tehran remains a vibrant hub of intellectual life, contemporary art, and technological ambition. The tension in Tehran is palpable, a constant negotiation between the vision of a modern global city and the reality of geopolitical isolation. The mountains to the north provide a sense of vertical escape, but they also serve as a barrier, trapping the smog and heat within the city basin. From the affluent northern suburbs to the crowded markets of the south, Tehran embodies the struggle of a nation trying to define its place in the 21st century. It is a city that never sleeps, driven by a population that has learned to find opportunity within the cracks of a rigid system. Tehran is the beating heart of the modern nation, a place where the weight of history meets the urgent demands of the present. In the northwest, near the city of Tabriz, the village of Kandavan offers a unique perspective on the relationship between geology and habitation. Here, in the shadow of the Isfahan volcano, homes are carved directly into the conical rock formations created by ancient ash and debris. Kandavan is not a museum or a historical relic. It is a living community where people have resided within the earth for at least 700 years. This is a form of troglodyte architecture that provides incredible thermal efficiency, keeping the homes warm in the harsh winters and cool in the scorching summers. What began as a refuge from invading armies has become a permanent way of life, dictated by the very stone of the mountain. The survival of Kandavan is a testament to the idea that adaptation is often a form of inheritance rather than a one-time innovation. The residents here have maintained their way of life by working within the constraints of their geological environment, proving that humans can thrive in even the most unusual conditions. However, the balance is shifting as the village gains fame and becomes a destination for global travelers seeking the exotic. The challenge for Kandavan is to maintain its authenticity and its social fabric while adapting to the economic opportunities of the modern world. It serves as a reminder that the places we inhabit shape us just as much as we shape them. Deep in the desert of the Kerman province, the ancient city of Bam once stood as the largest adobe structure in the world. For centuries, the Agi Bam was a masterpiece of human ingenuity, a desert fortress sustained by sophisticated underground water systems and protected by massive clay walls. Then, in the year 2003, in a matter of mere seconds, a catastrophic earthquake leveled the city and took the lives of over 26,000 people. The collapse was absolute, leaving the world to wonder if such a monument to human effort could ever recover. Yet, the story of Bam did not end in the rubble, as a massive international effort began to reconstruct the citadel using traditional methods. The ongoing reconstruction of Bam is a powerful metaphor for the Iranian spirit of continuation, where destruction is never seen as final. Brick by brick, the city is being brought back to life, not as a replica, but as a testament to the memory of the people who built it over 2,000 years ago. This process reveals a deep-seated belief that as long as the knowledge and the will remain, anything that is lost can be regained. Bam is a place of profound silence and active labor, where the dust of the past is being remolded into the structure of the future. It teaches us that resilience is not just about standing tall, but about the willingness to rebuild after everything has been taken away. In the desert city of Kashan, a different philosophy of architecture and life is revealed behind plain, unassuming mud brick walls. Kashan is home to some of the most intricate and sophisticated merchant houses in the world, such as the Tabatabai house, but these wonders are hidden from the street. The exterior of these homes gives no hint of the wealth or beauty within, reflecting a cultural value that places the highest importance on the batin, or the inner meaning, over the zahir, or the outward appearance. Inside, one finds sunken courtyards, reflecting pools, and complex cooling systems that create a private microclimate of luxury and peace. This architecture of concealment was designed to protect the family from both the harsh desert sun and the prying eyes of tax collectors or invaders. Today, this same philosophy of concealment is mirrored in the way many people navigate the economic and social pressures of modern Iran. Beneath the surface of a society often portrayed as rigid and monolithic, there is a hidden world of immense creativity, entrepreneurship, and intellectual debate. However, the traditions of Kashan are struggling to survive the economic strain of the 21st century, as the cost of maintaining these massive historic structures becomes prohibitive. The city stands as a reminder that true beauty often requires protection, and that what we see on the surface rarely tells the whole story. Kashan invites us to look deeper, to understand that the most valuable things are often those that are not immediately visible. High in the emerald green mountains of the north, the village of Masule defies every conventional rule of urban design. Because of the steep terrain, the architecture functions as a social contract, where the roof of one house serves as the street for the house above it. In Masule, there are no cars, and the entire village is a series of interconnected pathways that require constant cooperation and trust among neighbors. This is a place where private property and public space are inextricably linked, creating a community that functions through an unspoken agreement embedded in the very stones of the village. The architecture here is not just a place to live, it is the foundation of a unique social order that has existed for centuries. However, the delicate balance of Masule is now being tested by the pressures of modern mass tourism. As thousands of visitors flock to walk on the rooftops of the villages, the physical and social infrastructure of the village is beginning to strain. The very uniqueness that makes Masule a treasure is also what makes it vulnerable to the impact of the outside world. This village serves as a vital lesson in the importance of the social contract and the ways in which our physical environment can foster or destroy communal trust. It reminds us that a sustainable society is built not on written laws alone, but on the shared responsibility we have for the spaces we inhabit together. The enduring principle of this civilization is that it persists not because conditions were ever favorable, but because it learned to thrive when they were not. Across the salt deserts, the jagged mountains, and the centuries of political upheaval, a quieter kind of power has developed, an understanding of the profound nature of impermanence. This is a culture that has seen the greatest empires of the world turn to dust, yet it remains, adapting its language, its art, and its technology to meet the demands of each new era. It is a knowledge that survival is not about absolute control or dominance, but about the flexibility to bend without breaking. This ancient lesson no longer feels like a distant historical curiosity. It feels like an essential guide for a modern world facing its own period of instability. As we look at the landscapes of Hormuz, the squares of Isfahan, and the ruins of Persepolis, we are forced to ask ourselves how we measure the success of a civilization. Is it by the height of its buildings, the strength of its currency, or its ability to maintain its identity through the most difficult of times. Iran challenges us to reconsider our own relationship with the environment, with history, and with the idea of progress itself. What are the wind towers or qanats of our own lives that will allow us to survive the coming shifts in our global climate and political landscape? Perhaps the greatest secret of this misunderstood nation is that the most beautiful things are often those that have been forged in the hottest fires and protected by the strongest walls. Now I want to hear from you. After seeing the resilience and complexity of this ancient culture, how does it change your perspective on the stories we are told in the daily news? Can a civilization's past ever truly be separated from its present? And what lessons of adaptation can you apply to your own life today? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, as your insights help us all see the world through a clearer lens. If you found this exploration of human endurance and architectural genius thought-provoking, please hit the like button and share this video with someone who values deep stories. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our next journey into the heart of the world's most fascinating places. Remember, the world is much deeper than the surface suggests, and only by looking closer can we begin to understand the true nature of power and survival.